City, a certified hardcore sports town. We champions in all the big four sports now. It's not smart to bet against us, we a force now. We got heart like going for it on fourth down. Ain't nothing soft about us. That Philly pretzel used to doubt us. Now you gotta respect the Philly special. Talking trash, you gon' need a pass, cause my city ride. We fanatics, you don't wanna see our gritty side. Support the colleges, what up the big five? The women too, like Xfinity, we get live. Whether diving for a touchdown, driving to the hole, swing and hit a home run, fire for a goal. We kick it with the Union, in the air with the stars. See sports with the fusion, I don't care where you are. You can never be too hype for the team you like. Philly unite, tonight's the night, so let's fight for the Flyers. Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, represent the city and let's do it for the people. We never throw the towel, I come from a proud city. Ring the bell, scream and yell, now say it loud with me. Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, represent the city and let's do this for the people. So all Philly fans, let the rest of the world know Philadelphia fans the best in the world. Go!
Yo. It's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk. Back on this Sunday, beautiful Sunday, after we just saw the Eagles win on Thursday night football against the Red Hot Commanders. Did we just humble the Commanders? That's the name of this video. Did we just humble the Commanders? I know some Commanders fans out there. Eric, if you're here, I know you're a Commanders fan. Did we just humble y'all and let y'all know that y'all ain't messing with us? I ain't gonna get too hyped, because every time I get too hyped, our boy Nick Sirianni finds a way to bring me back down to reality and bring us all back down to reality. Real quick, if you heard that intro song, The Bull Nate, I'm gonna type it in the chat, The Bull Nate. Follow all his socials. I'm telling you guys, I will be dropping not dropping, but I will be playing for you guys my new intro that's dedicated for the show. I will be playing my new intro that's dedicated for Top Shelf Sports Talk, created by the Bull Nate. I'm telling you, childhood friend, grew up with my brother. He had bangers on the radio back in the day in Philly, Cuties and Cars. I always remember the one verse he always had, the Bull Nate with the pack in the gate. That was always the funniest thing ever, man. I like that part, that verse from him, man. He got some skill. Definitely got some skill. Follow him. It's just the Bull Nate on any of the socials, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the Bull Nate. Follow him. But anyway, back to it. We just saw that Philadelphia Eagles beat the Commanders on Thursday night. We saw the Eagles pretty much keep Jaden Daniels in check. I don't even know. Actually, I spelled his thing wrong. It's Dabulnate. Oh, I did it wrong. I messed up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm messing up my stuff. I don't know what happened here. All right, Dabulnate. So real quick, we saw the Eagles keep Jaden Daniels in check. We saw Terry McLaurin not be effective. I think he had 2 catches for 10 yards or 30 yards, one of the two. And as I told you guys before, if you ever paid attention to my podcast, I've been saying this since probably before the season started. Everybody gets hyped to see our offense. Everybody gets hyped to watch our offense play. Everybody gets hyped to know that our offense is going to be the ones that's going to be putting up points and be flashing this and third. But I always told y'all all season long, our defense is what's going to hold us down. Our defense is the one that's going to win us games. Our defense is going to be the one that's going to be celebrated more. Our defense, not our offense, our defense. Trust me when I tell you, our defense is going to be the ones that really seal the deal for us. Because if you look at our young core, let's just start up front. Let's just start with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Even though Jordan Davis hasn't been consistent, so far this year, but just his presence alone. But Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, the old man BG, old man Brandon Graham. Old man Brandon Graham has come through. He's on his farewell tour. Look like the guy could play another 2 or 3 years the way he's been playing. Look like he's been playing. He could play another 2 or 3 years. Nolan Smith. These guys are all young. They all are young, second, third year players that we're talking about. Fourth year, maybe 4 years. But these guys are young. That's just the defensive line right there. That's just your defensive line pretty much. The only old person doing it is Brandon Graham, and he's playing like he's younger than those guys. Brandon Graham is playing like he's younger than the guys that just came into the league. So at the end of the day, darn well this team only going to get better. This team only is going to be better and stronger as the time goes on. I just only gave you the defensive line. I just gave you the defensive line. That's it. I ain't even say nothing about the linebackers. Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond. Zach Bond was an afterthought. Came from the Saints. Played edge rusher most of his career over there at the Saints. We put him back at the linebacker, and look at what he did. Look at what he's doing. He's crushing it. Nakobe Dean is a 1-2 punch. And I hope Howie at the end of this year finds a way to bring Zach Bond back. Give him a 2 or 3 year deal. Give him a 3-year deal. I think he's been playing his way into that. So if you listen just far, I only named the defensive line and the linebackers. Defensive line and linebackers. I ain't saying nothing about them corners. Even though you got old man Slay over there who's still balling at a high pace. Old man Slay balling at a high pace. Look at Quavion Mitchell. They showed a stat yesterday that anybody he's played against or he's guarded this season hasn't had over 30 yards in any particular game. No more than 2 catches and 30 yards. That's a rookie. 2 catches and no more than 30 yards. Somebody please tell me. Like, we didn't even go back to safety. We didn't even go back to safety. But Quavion Mitchell, no more than 2 catches and 30 yards. Cooper DeJean, who's the Swiss Army knife, who's returning punts and playing nickel. Like, these guys are rookies. Quavion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean is rookies. They are rookies and they're playing like they're vets, like they're seasoned vets. Safety, CJ GJ. Got him back from the Lions last year. They took a 1-year deal with them. Reed Blankenship. These guys are young. So when everybody sat there and said that our offense, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all that was going to, be the team, our identity was going to be offense. I kept saying, nope, identity is going to be defense. They finally, it seemed like they finally settled down and got within the scheme that Vic Fangio was calling. It seemed like they finally got it together. It was a little rocky in the beginning. I was saying that I was a little nervous about Vic Fangio and his scheme and all that. But now it seems like everybody's settled down, brought in, and they're doing their thing out there. The defense is going to be the one that holds us down, not the offense. And the offense, if the offense, all right, so let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. If you really think about it, right, what we did against the Commanders, in the beginning of the game, they were stopping the run. They kept stopping, they were stuffing it. They was stacking the box. They were getting tackles. They were stopping Saquon. But what Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore did was they stayed with it. Jalen Hurts didn't have a good first three quarters of the game. I mean, he looked awful. He was missing guys, missing AJ Brown. He was overthrown. He was just, I don't know. They keep talking about the injury, ankle injury in the center third, but he got to make some of them throws. But what I liked from that game is that they kept consistently trying to run the ball. They didn't give up on it. It's like they saw that Jalen Hurts was struggling with his passing and said, I'm not going to put the pressure on him to keep trying to pass the ball. Let's just run it. Our defense is making stops. Our defense is getting stops. Besides that one touchdown, our defense is getting stops. So rely on our defense and just keep running the ball. It'll break. It'll break. They'll break through. Jake Elliott, you can't say Jake Elliott is usually for sure when he's kicking field goals and extra points. He missed 2 field goals and an extra point. And with all of that, we still managed to keep and stick to our game plan. The coaching staff did not panic. They did not lose their self in the midst of what was going on, especially as far as Jake Elliott missing field goals and things like that. They didn't start trying to keep going for it. They stayed with the game plan. And to me, as long as you stay with the game plan, these are the outcomes you're going to get. 26-18. We let up on the gas a little bit in that last drive of the fourth quarter, where they put some points on the board. But overall, I am so not mad at this game. Overall, I am so not mad at this game at all. You know what I mean? And kudos to the coaching staff. And I've been talking crazy about Nick Sirianni all year long. Y'all know it. All year long. I've said nothing but bad things about Nick Sirianni, about him needing to resign and lose his job. And I'm not off that wagon yet, because he got to consistently show me that he's willing to not put Jalen Hurts in those positions that's going to hurt the team. He's got to show me that consistently, not 1 or 2 games, but consistently. We got the Rams next week. I want to see him consistently do what he did Thursday night against that Rams team, and for the rest of the season. I do still, however, stand by the fact that if he don't end up in the Super Bowl or winning a Super Bowl, that his job is probably on the line. It doesn't matter how good we finish this year. It doesn't matter what our record is going to be at the end of the year. We can go 15-2. But if we lose in the playoffs or don't make it to the Super Bowl, or even lose in the Super Bowl, I think his job will be on the line. I think he will be escorted out. Now that could be. I mean, that's harsh. You know what I mean? That's harsh. But this is a results-driven league, and because of the shenanigans that he has done this year alone, will put him on that chopping block. Just the shenanigans he's done, arguing with fans. You know what I mean? That alone will put you on the chopping block. Had he not done none of that, and had he consistently just called football games the way they should be called, and let me go on record by saying this still, I still do not like the tush push. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, I do not like the tush push call. I know everybody gets all hyped to see it and get all hyped to want to see it called and all that stuff like that, but I do not like that. I just think it's selfish that you got Saquon Barkley to get you down there to the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and you're calling tush push. Reward the man. He got you down there. Give him the ball. Let him punch it in. At least get it to 4th and 2, 4th and 1. You know, then you do tush push. All that 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, and all, and 3rd and 2 doing tush push. No, I can't. Like I can't stand it. But back to what I was saying about Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni has to consistently call a game the way he called it against the Commanders, and actually go to the Super Bowl to win, and win to keep his job. What's up, Jay? Barkley don't care. He all about the win and the team. He is. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for Nick Sirianni to keep his job, he has to win a Super Bowl. He's on the chopping block if he doesn't. Barkley is darn sure. We saw that, 3 weeks ago when he was almost chasing that, when they sat him down, and when Nick Sirianni came to him. I forget who we were playing, but we were blowing him out. And he came to him, he said, you're like 13 yards away from your rushing title. Your rushing record, single game rushing record. Do you want to stay in and capture that? He was like, I want to see you have it. And Barkley's response was, no, I'm cool. As long as we win it, let the young boys eat. And that resonated with the whole team, because it's like, I ain't selfish. I don't care about none of that. I'm coming here to win and try to win a Super Bowl. Single season records don't do nothing for me. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's nice to celebrate and say that you did this, that, and the third, and you accomplished this. But when it comes down to it, the ultimate goal is the Super Bowl. And that's what Saquon Barkley is on. Not that A.J. Brown or we already know Devontae wasn't like that. But I think it even made guys like those guys even look at it and say, you know what? I could care less if I catch the ball. If we win, that's all I'm worried about. If we win, this is all I care about. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is what we have to do as an organization if we want to win. We got to consistently stay to our game plan, no matter the outcome of an individual play. We saw Saquon get stuffed a lot last game, Thursday night. But they kept going to it. And when the defense got an interception, what did they do? They ran that ball. What did he do? Break off a 39-yard touchdown? Sealed the game pretty much? Because if you consistently call it, it's going to go. It's going to come through one of them plays. If you consistently call it, you can't get in positions where even if you're trailing 10-0, that now all of a sudden your game plan is just to keep passing the ball to try to get a touchdown, to try to get within, get to tighten the range of, the distance between y'all scores. You can't just keep doing that. Because we all see what happens when that happens. Oh, okay, you're not going to run the ball, so we'll zone it out, and we'll make your You will make your quarterback beat us. Nick Sirianni is not going anywhere. He's a winning coach. When you're talking about a coach losing his job, you're talking about Dallas and Bears coaches, not Nick. Belinda, I'm telling you, like, thanks for joining the show. I hear what you're saying. I really do, and it makes sense. He has won since he's been here, but he's also made winning difficult since he's been here. I mean, think about the roster you have right now. Think about what you got on the field right now. Let's just say that yes, we lost to Tampa Bay, but realistically, we should be 9-1. Realistically, we should be 9-1 right now. I mean, Saquon Barkley right now is a 1,000-yard rusher. Right now, week 11, 1,000 yards already, on pace to break his own single season record. But with that, he should really be leading the league in rushing yards, not Derrick Henry. Jason says you are correct. I hear you, Jay. I hear y'all. But so at the end of the day, let me ask both of y'all a question. So y'all think if Nick Sirianni comes up short in getting to the Super Bowl or short in the Super Bowl, he's back for another season? Y'all both agree with that, and y'all on the same page with that? Would y'all, as GMs, would y'all bring him back? Would y'all bring him back? That's what I want to know. Because at the end of the day, yes, we are winning. We win regular season, yes. Last year was an epic collapse. And it was reportedly due to the relationship Nick Sirianni had with his quarterback. And I said this on the show before. You will bring him back, Linda? Okay. I respect that. I said that. I said, definitely, if he makes a Super Bowl again, you bring him back. If he loses the Super Bowl, though, Jay, what if he he gets to the Super Bowl and he loses? If he loses the Super Bowl, you're still bringing him back. See, here's the thing: I don't think that the man can't coach. I think that sometimes that he gets his head up his tail to where as though he's not calling the game the way it should be called. Look at Pittsburgh and look at the Ravens coaches. But see, both of them won 2 Super Bowls. Nick Sirianni has not won nothing. Well, Tom, I think he only won 1, maybe 1, I think. But they haven't. John Harbaugh won 1. They haven't. But see, here's the thing: Nick Sirianni hasn't. And to be honest, I'll take either one of those coaches right now over Nick Sirianni. And again, it's not a knock to who would be better. You're talking about who would be better as the Eagles coach? So do you realize how hard it is to win? The fact he is early. Jay, I know it's hard to win in the NFL. It's hard to win in professional sports, period. I'm not saying that. I'm not just sitting here. The man obviously forgot. I mean, yeah, he obviously forgot more football than I will ever know. But when it comes down to you can look at some of the antics and the shenanigans. When have you ever seen Bill Belichick, John Harbaugh, what's his name, Mike Tomlin arguing with fans on the sideline during the game? It could be the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. When have you ever seen them do that? You never seen them do that. But they are not leaving their teams to come to the Eagles. So who? Oh, no. Well, you saying who will be better? I mean, it's hard to say because I don't know. I don't have a list in front of me that I could go down a list and say, like, all right, well, this guy would be better. I mean, one name, just to throw a name out there off the bat that has been linked to if the Eagles was to move on to Sirianni, is Bill Belichick, the 7-time winning Super Bowl. Even though he had Tom Brady, yes, he's that. But to think about what some of the things that he could probably do with this team, I mean, that would be one name. One name. I mean, I'm not saying that I would like to see it happen, but it would be one name. So when we was winning, everyone loved it. It only became a problem because the collapse. Jay, it's not. No, for me, it's not a problem because of the collapse last year. I'm not even talking about last year. It has nothing to do. Who would be better out of Nick Sirianni and are you saying Bill Belichick? Bill Belichick all day long. He's not arguing with fans. You got to realize I'm an Eagles fan. You see my logo on the background. You see the pictures on the background. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm Philly through. through and through. I just think that when we talking about professional sports to our professional sports team, we got to keep it real. Yes, we can like the man and think the man is a good coach because he's winning. But when it translates into you're leaving or you're exiting the season early, whether it's in the playoffs or not winning a Super Bowl, like with the talent that we have, and you're not maximizing that talent by winning a Super Bowl, we got to make some adjustments, some changes. Like, to be honest, this is a sign that what I'm saying is true. He did not hire Kellen Moore or Vic Fangio. He did not hire neither one of them. Howie Roseman hired them. They were Howie Roseman picks. Usually your head coach gets to pick his staff. We saw him last year. He picked Brian Johnson and who's Sean Desai. Two epic failures. Not epic. I'm sorry, not epic, but he was most of the problem last year. His relationship with Jalen Hurts. I think you overpraised Bill. He sucked whenever he didn't have Brady, except like 2 years. Listen, I just said that's just a name. I'm not saying that I would want to see him here. I have a list of coaches that's out there that will be available to be a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just talking about a name that has been linked to the Eagles is Bill Belichick. But think about something, Jay. You just said he sucked after Tom Brady left, right? And that's agreed. That's totally agreed. Who picked Saquon? Howie. Howie picked Saquon. He did suck after Tom Brady left. Tom Brady did go on to win a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. But Bill Belichick, I don't know if it was him that drafted the quarterback. Hold on. He tried to stay in-house, maintain continue. Yeah, but I agree though, Jay. But here's the thing: you gave him a shot, and I'm not mad at that pick. Those picks that he gave him a shot. Sean Desai came from Chicago. He didn't stay in the in-house with him. Brian Johnson, yes, and that was supposed to be Jalen Hurts' longtime coach. So it should have worked. It should have. But I think most of that didn't work because of Nick Sirianni. Most of that coaching pick did not work because of Nick Sirianni. No, before he was fired, he was old coaching. What? No, before too, he was fired from his old coaching spot. Who was fired from his old coaching spot? But sure, I mean, what you call you got me twisted, Jay. I can't remember what I was saying. No, just a real bad day. It definitely won't be the same next month. We simply couldn't move the ball deep down the field, but it's all good. Eric, I don't know what you think going to change next month, because as long as we got Quavion Mitchell back there, I don't know if it's going to be too much of a change. As long as we got that defensive line, I don't know if it's going to be too much of a change. Well, if you give him blame, then you got to give him praise. Jay, I started off the show by saying that what he did last Thursday night when it came to the Commanders and sticking to that run game, I gave him praise. I think the man can coach. I think that sometimes he gets his head up his tail to where as though he's not making the best coaching decisions. You saying Belichick sucked? Yeah, he did suck the last 2 years. He didn't have a quarterback. He didn't have a team at all. He had a defense. His defense was top 8, top 10, but his offense wasn't nothing. But if you put a Bill Belichick with this team right here today, we don't see the shenanigans of him arguing with fans. We don't see him doing none of that. Him and Jalen Hurts probably would get along. Given his throwing fingers was cut, we'll see. Oh, man, come on with the excuses. It is his cut, his ribs. Listen, you lost the game, brother. Y'all couldn't do nothing against our defense. You lost the game. That's it. Just take it as a loss, and you know what I mean? Like that's not throw the excuses out, because guess what? If I'd have said Jalen Hurts' head hurt, you'd be like, oh, come on, man. Y'all still lost. You know, this is. Tell me if you can hear this. I got to give you. I got to give you the gunshot for that one. If you heard that, that's what you're gonna get when you say comments like this. This is what get to shoot that gun, that comment down. Like that's we don't do excuses. You lose, you lose. I ain't gonna make no excuse. I mean, we had an egregious call against the referees when they said Saquon Barkley fumbled 2 weeks ago against Jacksonville. And guess what? Even if they would have lost that game, I wouldn't have said it's because of that ref. We lost the game because we put ourselves in that position to lose. Cleveland Browns, 4 years, everyone 4 years sucked everyone Belichick. Listen, Jay, did Belichick or not win 7 Super Bowls? And yes, he had Tom Brady. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the man didn't suck before and he had Tom Brady. What I am trying to tell you is, what I'm trying to say to you is that you never saw that man argue with fans during a live football game. You never seen him do it. Win, lose, or draw, that man just played. He just coached the game and was successful at it. You can't have those shenanigans. Now, again, to me, in my eyes, the only way Nick Sirianni can rectify all of that is winning the Super Bowl. Then you turn a blind eye to all of that. Nobody worries about none of that no more. You ended up winning a Super Bowl. So who cares what you did in the past, and who cares how you argue with a fan? But you can't be a head coach of a professional football team doing that stuff. That's because he never talked. That's the point, though. But this point is not to talk to the fans unless he's at an engagement when he has to interact with the fans. His job is to be on the field coaching. That's his job. Not to argue with fans, not to talk to fans, not to do none of that while coaching the game. Not, you know what I mean? Like I say, that is the only thing. There's things like that, and then his relationship with Jalen Hurts, which I said that Jalen Hurts, I held accountable for how he responded to a lot of the stuff that was going on. I said Jalen Hurts needed to figure it out and talk to his head coach. I didn't say Nick Sirianni did. I said Jalen Hurts did. Right before the bye week, I made a video saying how Jalen Hurts said, they asked Jalen Hurts what was his plan going to be with Nick Sirianni in the bye week to establish an identity for this team. And you know his response was, "We have our moments." I crucified Jalen Hurts for that. That wasn't a Nick Sirianni thing, but his relationship with Jalen Hurts is what made us get to this point, especially that collapse last year and to start off the way we started off this year. We easily should be 9-1. Easily. I mean, we easily should be 9-1. But some of the play calling that we all, like me and you, Jay, we text through the game all the time. We watched a lot of times that he should have kicked the ball for a field goal, or he should have kicked the ball and got the points instead of trying to go for it and make the first down. Get the points. The prime example is the Atlanta game. Get the points. Why are you and it happened again 2 weeks ago. Against what was that, the Jaguars? When he refused to kick extra points and field goals. He kept on, every time he scored a touchdown, the man went for 2. And he was not successful. And I feel in my mind, in my heart, that the reason why he kept going back and doing it again is because his ego was getting the best of him when he kept saying to himself, "I'm going to get me a 2-point conversion." But see, that thought process is what put your team behind an 8 ball, because that bad call that ref got or ref called made your team within 1 score. Like your lead within 1 score when you were blowing them out all game long. You will never see a great one of the greats do that. Never see one of the greats do that. The greats is like, okay, we missed the extra point or we missed the 2-point conversion. Let's just go down now. Let's just keep going for the extra point and keep kicking it to get the points on the board. Do I like Kyle Shanahan? No, he chokes in the big games. He's a heck of play caller, schemer, all that stuff throughout the regular season. But in the big games, he choked. I don't not respect the man who says, I did not know the overtime rules in the Super Bowl game. You were in the Super Bowl game and said, I did not know the overtime rules. So no, he's not a good head coach. He stinks. And he stinks in big game moments. Big game moments. So nah, I would not pick Kyle Shanahan over Nick Sirianni. No, I wouldn't do it. All right, real quick. We get ready to get to the pick'em hour, or pick'em half hour of the show. But I told you I wanted to preview my new intro song made by the boy Nate, a childhood friend, grew up with my brother. You know, he'd been rapping for years. I reached out to him, asked him to hook me up with an intro song, and he came through for me. Real quick, just a yes or no. Can y'all hear this? If y'all can hear that, just a real quick yes or no if you can hear that, because what I'm getting ready to use is hopefully y'all gonna be able to hear it on y'all end. So if somebody can reply, yes, I heard that, yes, I heard that, that'll be cool. But at the end of the day, he came through with a song for me to use for my intro for my show. The only thing I'm waiting for now is I just want to put a video with it, you know. And you didn't hear this? You can't hear that? If you can't hear it, then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play the song, because I can hear it in my ears, but y'all might not be able to hear it. No, everyone says how much he's a good coach, but Sirianni has a better career record than him. Yeah, again, career records is cool. Career records is cool. Like, yes, you can have a better record, you know, career-wise, but the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl, and we all know that. So y'all not hearing that air horn, right? Y'all not hearing that air horn? Yeah, Nick Sirianni has a better winning percentage than him as a head coach. But see, the guy is a good coach when it comes down to X's and O's. He can make an offense move, you know, and work, which is cool. But at the end of the day, he chokes in big moments. Like you don't know the overtime rules in the Super Bowl, and we saw the league change the rules because of what Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs did to the Buffalo Bills 2-3 years ago. So why weren't you paying attention to that? Because they had the same issue. They had the same issue. All right, so listen, I guess nobody can hear the sound, the air horn sound. Nobody's replying to me. So I'm going to have to do a separate video and let y'all hear the song made by the boy Nate for my intro. And like I said, I'm working with him to try to get a video for it, so that I know you said no, Jay. I was just making sure that you know that you know you knew it was an air horn, but you know you can't hear it, so I can't play the song. So I'll figure out. I'll make a video separately and let y'all hear the song and debut it for y'all. It's a hot song. Trust me, the joint is a banger. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I can't wait till a video go with it, and it'll be even crazier. But, you know, with that being said, let's get into the pick'em hour of the show. We saw week 11, we saw the Washington Commanders lose to the Philadelphia Eagles 26-18. So the Eagles are now 8-2. Commanders are 7-4. All right, moving on to the next 1:00 game. Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Green Bay at Chicago. Chicago, they're starting to throw Caleb Williams under the bus. They're thinking he's the problem. I hear a lot of their players are starting to say they want their backup to start the rest of the season because they have no confidence in Caleb Williams. So, you know, I thought it would be too much pressure on Caleb Williams to come into that organization to be the savior because of what they've been going through in the past. So, And we're seeing it unfold now. We're seeing that the players are starting to throw him under the bus. So real quick, I go Green Bay. My mom goes Chicago in that game. I go Green Bay. My mom goes Chicago. Good morning, mother. Your name is showing up this week. There must have been some technical difficulties last week to where as though the names weren't showing up. I don't know what happened, but now it's working again. So that's cool. Joanna, your name is showing up. Hold on, Jay. She picks Green Bay. Jason had a small stretch. He was playing good. It was real small. Jason goes Packers. It was real small. He, I kept saying it all year long. I don't think that he should have been in that position to be that franchise's savior, because at the end of the day, he's a rookie, and rookies ain't. You can't put that much pressure on some of these rookies. I mean, the expectation for that team, for him to turn that team around, was just too much in my eyes, and it's starting to show out. Not saying that he's not a good quarterback, but it's just too much pressure right now for him. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Detroit Lions. Jacksonville, Detroit Lions. Obviously, we're going to go Detroit in that game. Detroit is the better team. Jacksonville is on a decline, major decline, and I don't think they get a win versus that Detroit defense. I think they're starting that defensive lineman that they got from the Browns, I believe, last week. Joanna picks Detroit. My mom picks Detroit. Jason said, "What about Daniels then?" But to see, Jay, the difference is that there was no high expectations. Jason said the Lions. There was no high expectations for Washington Commanders. No, nobody had pressure on him that he was going to change. He had to immediately turn around the season or the team. You got to realize Chicago got rid of Justin Fields because they thought he wasn't a good quarterback, to draft Caleb Williams to say that he would be the change or the savior of our franchise. They went out and grabbed pieces too, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, and all that, to make the team better and to make it easier for him. But that was too much pressure on him, because he should not have been called. Like, if you put Jaden Daniels on that team, I don't think he has the same success. I think if you flip-flop players and put Caleb Williams on the Commanders and put Jaden Daniels on the Bears, they up to this point, they would have had a similar career. Like, Jaden Daniels would do what Caleb Williams is doing now, and Caleb Williams on the Commanders would do what Jaden Daniels is doing now on the Commanders, because there's no pressure. There was no pressure in the Commanders organization that said that Jaden Daniels had to change the franchise around this year. That's what they put on. Caleb Williams. But I think that's more about coaching. It is about coaching too, because you got to also think about it like this too. Matt Eberflus is coaching for his career. For his job. So he's putting pressure on that man to perform, because he knows if he doesn't, his job is over at the end of the season. He knows he loses his job. So it's about coaching. But they put too much pressure on him as coaches to win for them when they weren't good head coaches in the first place, and that organization wasn't ready for that. So that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Next game, Minnesota at Tennessee Titans. Minnesota at Tennessee Titans. I'm going Minnesota in that game. I think Minnesota comes out with a victory. Minnesota, to me, hold on. Sorry. Got to raise my chair up. I sunk down a little bit. Jason says, no, it ain't pressure. They say he out there playing hero ball, always looking to make a suit. Again, Jay, that goes to show you that he's not ready for that moment. He's not playing within the system. He's not ready for that moment, bro. My mom picks Minnesota. Joanna picks Minnesota. Jason picks Minnesota. We all on the same page with the Minnesota pick. So we all got Minnesota. I think some of y'all have been listening to my videos and picking some of the same teams that I picked, which is understandable, because like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. If you want to win, you know what to do. Last week, I think I did 11-4, or I think it was 11-4 or something like that last week. So I'm over 500. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders. No, you stop it because you the main one that listened to my picks. Las Vegas Raiders at the Miami Dolphins. I'm going Miami in that game. I think Miami gets on a win, gets back in. Well, they won last week. I think they would keep continuing to win. Loserville Central here. That's you, right? That's you. Loserville Central. That's you. So I think the Miami Dolphins, continue to win this week. They've been playing, since Tua came back, they've been, playing some good football. So I think they don't stop against the Raiders. Next game, Los Angeles Rams at the New England Patriots. Joanna picks Miami. Jason picks Miami. My mom picks Vegas. LA Rams at the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots in that game. I got the Patriots in that game because I think that Drake May has came back and he's been pretty good. I think they got a lot of momentum on that team right now, and they got a young, fiery head coach. I think they find a way to beat the Rams this week. Jason picks the Rams. Joanna picks the Rams, and my mom picks the Rams. All y'all went against me, which that means all y'all are. I'm not even going to say it. You're not smart. That's what I should. That's basically what I'm gonna say. Y'all went against me, so you're not dumb, but you're not smart. All right. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna put it out there. Winning, you're not winning anything. Next game, Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going Cleveland in that game. The Saints got a win last week, and I went against them because they had a coaching change. Like I always say, anytime there's a coaching change, the team usually performs better when there's a coaching change. And we saw they squeaked out a win last week. However, I don't think they do it again this week. I think that Cleveland defense will figure out a way to stop that team and come out with a win. So I'm going Cleveland. My mom goes New Orleans. Joanna goes Cleveland. And Jason goes Cleveland as well. So we're going to continue to the next. This is a good game. The next game is the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to see who y'all going to pick first and see if y'all on the same line as me. I want to see if anybody knows how to pick this game, because this game is most likely going to come down to defense. All right, Jason, he's on it. My mom's on it. Okay, Jason say the Steelers. My mom say the Steelers. This game is going to be all about defense. Joanna picks Baltimore. Okay, there's no wrong in that pick. Baltimore and the Steelers both are good teams. Both have good offense. Both have good. Well, the Steelers' defense is better, but I think the Steelers come out with that victory because I think the defense is going to win the game this week. Next game, Atlanta at Denver. Atlanta at Denver Broncos. I'm going to Atlanta. I think Kirk Cousins and Atlanta Falcons will start to hit their stride coming down the stretch. They will. I think they will beat the teams that they're supposed to beat, but I still don't know if they're good enough to beat the teams that they are, lesser than. So against the Broncos, I think they could beat the Broncos, and I think they will beat the Broncos. So I got Atlanta. Joanna got Atlanta. Jason got the Broncos, and my mom got the Broncos. Next game, Seattle Seahawks at San Francisco 49ers. Seattle Seahawks at San Francisco 49ers. I got San Fran. I hate to say it, I got San Fran winning that game. I think that the Seahawks somehow they're struggling right now. And I don't think that they get in the win column against the 49er team who's starting to get their players back healthy. Debo got into it with the kicker, but I think they still find a way to win that game, and Seattle is is going to go down. Jason got the 49ers. Joanna got 49ers. I got my mom got 49ers. I got 49ers. We all 49ers, and we all believe that game is going to be won by the 49ers. This game, this is another game that I want to see. I want to see if who you guys pick when it comes to this next game. Kansas City at Buffalo Bills. Kansas City at Buffalo Bills. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna tell you guys before I even picked this game, I did not realize that the Buffalo Bills had so many injuries, especially at the receiver position. So I want to see if you guys are understand. Everybody's saying the Bills. Okay, everybody saying the Bills. I said the Bills too. Kansas City to me this week gets their L, but there's a lot of injuries on the receiver position for the Buffalo Bills. So it could be one of those tough games. If Josh Allen can't move that ball, it'll be a tough game for the Bills. But I still think they can win. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals at the LA Chargers. Bengals at the Chargers. I got Bengals because it's a must-win for the Bengals. In order to keep their playoff hopes alive, I got the Bengals. My mom say Chargers. Jason says Chargers, and Joanna says Chargers. We all no, I went Cincinnati. Like I said, I think Cincinnati has to win this game in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. Last game of the Sunday schedule, or Sunday schedule, 8:20 game, Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. The Jets has been sticking it up. Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't look the same as he used to. He hasn't been playing any good football for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think they got the doors blown off him last week. But however, I think somehow, some way, they figure out a way to get their act together. Aaron Rodgers finds a way to look like the old Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to Jets in that game. My mom goes to Jets. Joanna goes Colts, and Jason goes Colts. They do have Anthony Richardson starting again, but however, I don't have no confidence in that guy. When you tap out as a quarterback because you're tired, your head is not right. There's something not right about what's going on with your head. So I'm going to Jets in that game, and I think the Jets, in the Sunday night primetime spot, will come out with a victory. Aaron Rodgers will somehow look like Aaron Rodgers again. Monday night, Houston Texans battle of Texas at the Dallas Cowgirls. The Cowgirls. Houston. The Cowgirls stink. Dak Prescott is out. I have no confidence in that. Like I'm gonna say all the time, as long as Jerry Jones is alive, I hope he continues to be the Cowboys GM. Now, he does have good draft picks. I will give a man credit for draft picks. He can draft with the best of them. But he does not like to sign free agents. And that is what kills him and kills that organization. My mom picks Houston. Joanna picks Houston in 33 points. I can't count on Rodgers no more. I understand why you say that. Trust me, I do get it. But I think with the lights on, the Sunday night lights, primetime spot, I think somehow Aaron Rodgers looks like the old Aaron Rodgers and gets everybody hype again. Just my thought. And if they want to go anywhere in the playoffs, they need this victory. They need to win. They actually need to win out, to be honest, if they even trying to get in the playoffs. Jason says the Texans. So we all picked the Texans on that Monday night game. I wouldn't go that far, but he does pick some good players sometimes. How far did I go? He does know how to draft. The man knows how to draft. I can't deny that. I don't like him. I don't like the organization. I don't like nothing about the Dallas Cowboys. but he's had some good drafts. I mean, Dak Prescott taking over for Tony Romo wasn't a bad pick. You know, we were supposed to draft CeeDee Lamb, but we drafted, I forget who we drafted in that draft, but CeeDee Lamb, he's a GOAT. Michael Parsons. You know what I mean? Like, he's drafted some good draft picks. What's the lineman that Doug Martin? He's drafted some good draft picks. It's just that he doesn't like to really sign free agents. So I didn't go too far when I said that. I'm just telling you that it works out for us because he doesn't like to sign free agents, because Derrick Henry was sitting out there waiting for Dallas Cowboys to call because he lives in Dallas, and they decided not to. That worked out for us. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he's not liking to sign free agents. If he knew how to draft, they wouldn't be saying that his team has no talent right now. Jay, who did they sign in the offseason? Who did they sign in the offseason to help CeeDee Lamb? Who did they bring in? Again, when you got Derrick Henry living in Dallas, waiting for a phone call from Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones goes on his radio show or wherever he was at and says he does not call free agents. If you want to join the Cowboys, you have to call me. Like, what sense did that make? Who did they draft? What do you mean who did they draft? Mike, I just said Michael Parsons, Dak taking over for Tony Romo. You know, they drafted linemen this year. You got to realize something though, Jay. I'm not a fanboy. Like, I'm not just saying it to be saying it. I don't have any facts. I mean, look at some of the players that he's drafted over the years. Look at some of the players he's drafted. Now, if you complement those players with some free agents, put it like this: if Dallas would have got Derrick Henry, it's a whole different Dallas team we talk about now. Just because of the signing of Derrick Henry. But you went out and got Zeke, and you signed Dalvin Cook, and you don't even play Dalvin Cook. Zeke don't even show up to practice on time. So at the end of the day, you have to say to yourself as a team owner or GM, I'm the problem. I don't want him to say that, but I'm the problem, because if I have a mentality of, if you want to come here to play, you got to call me. When you see Howie Roseman do that, Howie Roseman did not wait for Saquon Barkley to say, or call him to say he want to come to the Eagles. Howie Roseman said, "Oh, they don't want to pay you. I'm calling first. I'm calling you first. Yo, we want you here. We're gonna pay you here." You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is that had they went out and signed free agents to help along with their team, they would be a lot better team than they are now. Ask any Dallas fan that. Ask any Dallas fan that. Ask a diehard Dallas fan if we would have got free agents to complement the players that we already have and we drafted, would we be a better team? Complement them with more good drafted players. Like I said, he makes some good picks, but not a good drafter. Okay, we're going to agree to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree. But, I mean, what you just said is everything I just said to you. He drafts good players, and he has to complement them with free agents to make that team better. I just said the same thing. I'm saying the same thing that you're saying. But at the end of the day, like I said, the way Jerry Jones is now and what he's doing for that organization, I would hope that he lives another 50-plus years, because it keeps that organization underneath us. And I hope Howie lives another 50 years and keep doing what he do, because we're bringing in players. The only thing we have to do now is bring in coaches to coach the players. And hopefully, after this week, Nick Sirianni got his head on straight, and we don't have to have this conversation about head coaches for the rest of the season, because we should be in the Super Bowl and taking home a trophy. So with that being said, that is my time for this Sunday morning. I appreciate all the support. My mom, Joanna, Jason, Eric, everybody, Belinda B, that came through and engaged with the show. I appreciate you guys, everybody that's in the background watching. All I ask is that you guys like this video, share this video, tag people, your friends in this video, and help their platform grow. I'm out here working. Like I said, I got a song that I'm intro song that I'm getting ready to make a video for so that y'all can hear it, because I couldn't play it during the show because y'all can't hear my soundboard. I'm also networking. See, I'm making cuts and stuff like that. I'm trying to get the brand to keep growing. Those probably the next giveaway. I'll probably give out a coffee mug. Hey Jay, when you get a chance, man, post that video, post that picture. I also got ink pens that I'm doing that I got made up to. Here to go to ink pen. Hold on, sorry, should have had it ready. I had one out, but I don't know what happened to it. Got an ink pen. Oh, upside down. I'm trying to grow, trying to do what I can do to make the channel be successful. And all I need is support from y'all, just liking and sharing the videos and tagging friends in it, and I would appreciate it. Again, if you didn't hear me last week, I added a new streaming platform, which is Twitch. You can go over to Twitch, Top Shelf Sports Talk 1, and follow that on Twitch on that page. And then actually you can watch my stream on TV because most smart TVs have an app, and Twitch is on there. At the end of the day, I appreciate all the support and all the love that I've been getting as I've been doing the show. It means a lot. And until next week, until we meet again, let me play our theme song on the way out. And I'm working on that too. Another theme song on the way out.
Thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win.
What are we waiting for?
You know what you gotta do. Do it.
How you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? They gonna get it to us. We got to take it. They won't black out. We gonna get one black out. Stay together and keep fighting down. Time to knuckle up. Do everything they move. Touchdown. Brian Westbrook, he scored. Touchdown. And the Eagles win. The Eagles win. Let's get it to them all night. Relentless. Are you spirit? Are you power? Are you love? Give me what you got. Right here. Right now. You ain't ready for a fight? Go ahead and go home. Because that's what this gonna be for 4 quarters. A fight. We always win when we fight together. That's how winning is done.
Now get out there.